Fire signs, I'm getting ready to do your collective fire energy reading. I ain't doing the individual signs. I'm feeling like there's a lot of collective messages coming in. Right away, I was just shuffling this just to get it kind of ready, and these cards fell out. So we're going to look at them. Got the Temperance, got the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So that's really good energy right off the bat. I'm feeling like there's a balance, definitely, that you have just now, maybe recently here, acquired between. I'm feeling like it's your emotional body and your mental body, about some confusion maybe around some emotions that you were having, maybe some scary emotions even, or some fear that's been cleared up now, and you've balanced out that. It doesn't mean, okay, so with this deck, it doesn't mean it's still not in the back of your mind, but there's something definitely beginning that's passionate and new, and there's an opportunity here to not turn back around, to keep going forward and not it's like there's been a balance, a really emotional confusion that's been cleared up, I feel like, and you kind of seeing it you're seeing things a lot clearer now, and it's a lot more obvious where you want to go from this point forward, and it's really exciting. Like, I'm feeling like a really excited energy, but those just came out. I may just put them back in and after we get our oracles here, I'm going to get an animal spirit oracle for you guys, fire signs. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. If this does not resonate, pay attention to your other placements in your chart, your moon, your north node, of course, all the other placements too. But, oh, we got the dove spirit, be peace. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling, is like there's a kind of a clearing up of some confusion and stuff maybe that was, I feel like you balanced out something, and it was something within you that was emotionally confused, and now it's come, you've really kind of laid the, like, I want to say kind of maybe some fear, some emotional fears, some stuff like that to rest, and now there's a peace here, and it's saying be the peace too, and maybe you understand that your energy contributes to your, not just your environment, but just a major part of how confused you are about your own emotions by how clear you are about what you want. And I feel like you're very clear about where you're going right now with the Ace of Wands here, and Spirit's coming and saying be peaceful about it, you know, stay at peace. I feel like you're already kind of at this place right now. We're going to get an oracle, Raven's one oracle. I am going to read these, you guys, just so you know. If my camera angle looks different, it's because I had gotten a new phone, and there's just, it's just set up differently. So, I really am enjoying it. So, let's see what you guys get from the Raven's one. Founding Day. I love that. It's like really nice. She's standing in like a field of grass, and I feel like a lot of mental and emotional confusion has cleared the way here for some peace for you, fire signs. There's a lot of a different perspective, some new way of looking at things, some new way of experiencing the way your mental body and your emotional body connect, and you've really, I feel like, integrated these parts recently, and now you're really passionate and excited, and there's an opportunity here to start something new and exciting, and something you really want to take action on. And it looks like there is an opportunity, always an opportunity to do that, but I think right here it's just saying, you know, you found a little bit of peace. There's a little bit of a great new understanding about something here. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this for a second, let my dogs. All right, sorry about that, fire. Okay, so I am gonna read, well, first let's get, okay, so I got this new deck. and it's called Into the Lonely Woods. And a lot of the energy that's collectively happening is a lot of people through the last, it's been years, but maybe more so the last couple years for a lot of people, have been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of soul work, a lot of work that you have to do by yourself. You can't, other people can't do your energetic work, your energetic balancing. It takes a lot of, it takes a lot of work and mental strength and emotional strength to do this kind of learn and grow and expand and recognize that you're more than just a body here on earth. You are energy and you are spirit. And I feel like a lot of people are waking up to that. And so I thought this deck would be really nice, because there's been a lot of people that have felt alone, not including what has gone on on the earthly plane with like COVID and all that. There's been a lot of loneliness and a lot of downtime and a lot of work being done, I feel like. And I feel like everything happens for a reason, and that could very well be part of the reason things have happened the way they have. A time to share. I love this deck. It reminds me of childhood book. I said this in the water reading, but Where the Wild Things Are. It's just like one of my favorite childhood books. But it's like there's a hummingbird in here also in the background. Animal messages are coming through really strong right now. I feel like everybody should be paying attention to the messages they're getting from nature and the animals in nature, and just looking around at their environment and paying attention to the messages being given and sent to each and every person. But a time to share. This is nice. So let's go ahead and read this. Well, let me get, there we go. The Dove, 21. Be peace. With her peaceful cooing, the gentle dove spirit invites you to embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. You always have the power to generate peace within you. I do feel like that's what came in for you, is some kind of inner peace about some confusion. You were just like maybe mentally and emotionally just off balance, and that's balanced out now. You have always had the power to generate peace within you, and the appearance of the dove spirit is a reminder that today and every day is a good day to meditate, to quiet any turbulence within you as you embody tranquility above, below, and all around you. And that is definitely what I was getting from the Seven of Cups in the middle here. If you're starting to feel like this again, after kind of creating a balance with it, it's really encouraging you to just stay in the moment and find that peace in the moment, so that this Ace of Wands, and you can still be really excited and move forward with all the new energy that is coming in. It also says, much may be happening to distract you, but you are called to engage it with the heart of a peacemaker, asking yourself, what would peace do? Can you agree to disagree? So if there is some turbulence in your kind of outer world, that's kind of not meshing with your inner world, saying be peaceful about it. Come to an understanding in the middle, where it's okay to not agree with everybody. It's okay to have different feelings or different thoughts about things, but to keep that peace within you. The peace you seek rises within and spreads out into the world as Spirit sends her messenger to remind you of the beauty of a harmonious existence with all that is. How beautiful and powerful is your compassionate heart. And I do see that in a time to share too. That's really nice. So it's, and I was just have this message too with the air sign. So you may have air too also. This is, I feel like all these, when I'm doing just the element readings, it's a lot more collective. And I like that, because we are all going through a lot of the same things. We may have had different experiences to get us where we're at today, but we've all experienced a lot of the same emotions about whatever it is we're going through. So I do feel like if there's stuff around you that's kind of distracting you or throwing you off your path of peace that you've been really working hard to attain with this Temperance card here, and trying to clear up emotional confusion and kind of come to understanding with yourself what it is you want and going after that, with the Ace of Wands, it's here. And not letting anything get in the way of what is bringing you peace and happiness. And definitely taming down confusion or any kinds of fears you have about being emotionally invested in something that I feel like you've kind of came to a peace with the dove there. So let's go to Founding Day and read that. I just like to see what kind of messages we can get out of the reading too. I do like to just read the pictures and the energy off the cards, but I do really like what these have to say. The founding banner marks the day. I love that. So, it's a really, really beautiful art. All these texts have such nice pictures. The founding banner marks the day, 50 years before, when Wildwood Coven was founded. Kathy Wallace looks off into the distance, but she is mindful, firm in stance and aware. The jackdaws ride the winds, scouting the terrain ahead like extensions of her consciousness. With this knowledge, Kathy can afford to take her time, walk with confidence, and appraise her actions. When we are mindful, we can foresee the consequence of our actions and make informed choices. And I feel like that's another thing with this temperance. Like you've recently had to go through a lot of making choices and confusion, and maybe because of some emotional turbulence and mental turbulence, and you've kind of evened that out, and you're at a place right now, fire signs, at least a majority of you, where you're at a peace with the choices you've made and where you're at. And it's just saying you still understand. You understand that that part of you is there and that confusion still is there. But I feel like this is, you know now what your actions are going to, how they're going to influence your outer circumstances, and how that that energy kind of is flowing. You've learned a lot about how energy flows, and emotions turn into that energy, and it touches things outside of yourself, and it can have positive things that come out of it, or it can have more negative things that come out of it, depending on the energy you are integrating into your life, into your circumstances, into your experience. When we are mindful, we can foresee the consequence of our actions and make informed choices. That's the Seven of Cups too, is making an informed choice, but from a balanced place between, like, especially the head and the heart. So that, and also just knowing when things have just gotten too confusing here, and you just kind of have to follow what makes you feel good and what brings you peace. Remember that mindfulness applies to all we do. The task doesn't need to be momentous or grand to qualify for focused and joyful attention. You know, paying attention to those small details, even if it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be extreme. And I am feeling like maybe there was an extreme, extreme confusion, extreme, maybe even extreme grand, like ideas you had to balance out with yourself, and like really come down to a really balanced, realistic understanding of what it is you're experiencing energetically, and how it is influencing you, and how it's you can make this choice and go this way, or this choice and go this way, and how that makes you feel. Both, like, I feel like you've went through a lot of, like, having to make a lot of choices, and you're finding now there's certain things that just resonate with you and make you feel happy, and you're sticking to that. You're going forward with that without all the confusion and the, even though you know it's still there, it's like it feels pretty far behind you, and there's not really a looking back. There's really just a knowing. And hold on one second, guys. There's just a self-realization and understanding with yourself, emotionally and mentally, inner and outer, upper and lower, everywhere, all around you. You understand how you are the creator of your life and your experience and your happiness and your misery and everything. That's what I'm feeling. It's a strong message, but it's loud and clear there. And so far throughout. So let's look at this. A time to share. We may love the road we take alone, and on that lonely road we may find the truths of who we are. But until we allow another being to be close to us, and this could have very well been a confusion about getting close to somebody, or a opening up, letting people become more part of your experience, your energy, sharing yourself with others. Stop barking, Brady. Sorry, fire signs. Okay, so it says, but until we allow another being to be close to us, we will not find out who we have become in relation to others, like how we affect others, how we can help or how we can hinder others' energies and their expansion and their growth. And that also in exchange helps us expand and grow also. So it's really like you can do a lot of work on your own, but until you actually integrate it into the world around you and your experience, you're not going to fully see the effects of the work you've done. There will be times when there are shared experiences. Oh, wait, sorry, excuse me. I missed a sentence. It is time to form bonds and relate and rediscover your own thoughts and feelings. And I was feeling the mind and the emotions here in response to those of another. There will be times when there are shared experiences, their pleasures amplified because they are mutual. This is the true joy of companionship and friendship. That sense that the world is seen and experienced and even understood for a small moment by two or more people. All is sweeter because the deep longing to share with another is finally fulfilled. This is really good energy, fire signs. Something really good is happening, has happened, and there's like a really nice new, and it's a spiritual adventure. I look at the wands and fire as a very spiritual nature, and it's always growing and expanding, and yet we still have to focus that energy, that really strong, physical, creative, spiritual energy. It's a real really good energy I'm getting from your reading about this coming to peace with like yourself is what I'm feeling, and where you're at and what you're doing and who you're sharing it with, and actually seeing and understanding how that affects the whole experience, those you love and yourself also included in that. So okay, so let's pull a few more tarot, and I'm going to stick with these cards because the message is going with these cards that just came out. So let's see about a few more cards for fire signs on this Temperance one. I feel like you're very aware right now, fire signs, about how you touch other people's lives, and how you've came to an understanding of how much of an influence your energy is to those around you and to your experience. That's what I'm feeling. And we got the Nine of Cups, and that's the work you probably recently most likely have been doing, balancing out the heart and the head and really becoming emotionally happy with yourself, trying to really fulfill your own emotional wellness, and it's coming through good. It's coming through as balance. That looks like what needed to happen, or needs to if you're working on this. But it's the next thing is the Ten of Cups. That's sharing it with those you love. That's a time to share coming in. And recognizing that you can do all this really great stuff on your own, but it's kind of comes to a halt when you don't expand that into those around you, and you don't share that experience or yourself with those around you, and it won't touch your environment as loudly and as strongly as it will if you share. And this is where the confusion was, or is, if you're going through this right now. The Four of Pentacles, and this can be really, and I feel the Four of Pentacles like holding on to something, not investing yourself in something. So there was some confusion, or is, about fully investing yourself in something. I feel like this is an already past energy that you guys are coming out at the end of, but it was about really putting yourself into something because there was an emotional and mental kind of conflict, but it's really making you happy as you're balancing this out, because I feel like whatever it is you were confused about, that you wanted to invest in, that you or don't want to hold on to anymore. You're coming to probably, if you haven't already went through this, you're coming to a point where you're ready to invest in your dreams, in the one thing out of all the things that have been confusing. There's something here you truly do want to invest in, and there's stuff you need to release in order to do that. And I feel like that's where all this balance and happiness is coming in, because there is a passionate new beginning that's waiting right here, and you may be coming into this right now. But that's really, really nice. I feel like you have a lot to share and invest in your dreams, and that in turn helps other people also, emotionally, mentally. You can do this, fire signs. And then we got the Knight of Swords. So this is this is definitely taking that action with yourself mentally to analyze and look at this this passionate, like, spark. There's a spark, and like I said, I feel the wands as real spiritual energy, and just kind of following that, your spirit. And yet there's this really active thought process about it that I feel like you guys are experiencing, and you're actually paying attention to the signs, and you're paying attention to, like, the way you're feeling when you're looking at something, or the way you stop, the way you are experiencing both your mental and emotional, and how you're kind of bringing those together to see something kind of different here coming in. This is really nice. Let's get 3 more cards. Spirit. Cups and Temperance. He's really looking at this little bird on his finger, and he's really looking like, what does this mean? What is this? But yet there's this Ace of Wands above here, and it's like, there's definitely a paying attention to messages, signs, and there's still like a very clear understanding of why this bird is in his hand. Like, he understands there's a new beginning here. He understands he's went through all this kind of stormy mental confusion, I feel like, and now there's like a peace, and it's a little bird, like a little it's just like a little bird on his finger, and he's looking at it, and he's being very peaceful. And there's like these stormy clouds in the background, and mountains he's had to climb, and it's been a long mental journey here to come to this peace. And that saying's coming to my head, you know, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, or something like that. I believe that's it, but that's kind of what it feels like. Like, there's a real logical approach to balancing out this confusion and this emotional, really there's a lot of happiness here, and there's an investment here, and it's like an understanding that you're coming out of a kind of a confusing time where maybe your emotions were getting the best of you, and there's like this night energy that's coming in and kind of clearing it up, and kind of simmering down the emotional part so much, and adding like a real thought process to it. So, did I even shuffle these? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to reshuffle these, guys, because I don't think I did. If I did, I don't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. So let's see. There's all these mountains in the background, you know. And this passionate new beginning, he's really thinking about doing this. Like, and he's like paying attention to the signs that this is the way to go. And there's a real peaceful energy about this Knight of Swords. So that's good. And then we had the Moon. And this was maybe something in the recent past that you didn't even recognize. Like, you weren't even seeing clearly, like, what truly was causing maybe the imbalance. And it was just really being happy with yourself and doing the emotional work it takes. And also cups, you know, they're intuitive, using your intuitiveness and your feeling nature to balance out the mind energy that's kind of took it to another level. I feel like a real confusing level. of confusion here. But there is a real following this, and it's made you happy to kind of follow. You don't even kind of know what you're walking into, but then you keep walking, and there's like this, I want to say like a battle between like all these things you want, but there's like one thing you want that you want to invest in, or maybe one thing you really want to release that's making you confused. And then there's a peace coming in here, and it's really, really open compared to the rough stuff I feel like mentally has been going on. And it's really making you feel passionate about what your next step is, I feel like. And sharing yourself, investing yourself into more than just the work you've been doing emotionally. A lot of emotional work here that maybe you didn't even understand you were doing, or you didn't even show other people you were doing, but it's happening, and it's created a really nice balance here that I feel like Spirit's coming in and saying, be okay with this peace and this balance that you have found through examining yourself, through looking into the unknown and recognizing there's things even about ourselves we don't see. And those things could really make us happy or unhappy, depending on the work we do to balance out the emotions we have about the things we see when we're looking at ourselves, the reflections, I think a lot of self-examination here. About some confusion and investment and releasing and not holding on to something. There's like this, find out more about that, but... And it looks like we're going to get 2 cards on this. And I'm going to take them because we got the 2 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles. Yes. And it's choosing. Okay. Yeah, choosing to do the work to take you forward. Planning even planning through. There's a lot of. She's also got a bird in her hand. She's looking at the 9 of Pentacles. And she's done a lot of work on the earthly plane too. And it feels like there's a wanting to move forward with everything. And that even though there's some stuff that's still unknown, I feel like you're kind of happy about the work you've done emotionally and on the earthly plane, like in work, in just maybe your physical body you've been working on, something like that, where it's like now you're seeing there's other ways to go about this than staying in the same place. I feel like with this one, she's up in the tower, and here up in the tower, there's like this big trunk, and there's this like troll thing like going through all his money, and he's just, that's there, you got that. But now it's like, do I take it? Am I taking it with me? Am I gonna leave this confusing kind of place? Am I going to move forward? And keep doing the work here. But in this also with the 9 of Pentacles is also, it's doing the work outside of yourself, not just inside of yourself. I feel like the 9 of Cups is really doing that emotional work, balancing out like what truly makes you happy, like really happy, and then what doesn't. And this is about what truly stabilizes you and what truly grounds you, what truly makes you want to invest in something you want, in a dream, or and there's just this examining it and looking and paying attention to signs, and there is a piece here about it, about a choice that you're making right now. I feel like maybe you're right in the middle of you've done a lot of work and came to a peace, and I feel like now Spirit's saying right down the middle, it's time to share this. You might want to look up the hummingbird animal spirit and see what that offers you too. It's in here and it's popping out, so let's see. And then we got the 4 of Cups. This has been coming up in everybody's reading in some way or another, and it's about examining what you've already done and realizing that emotionally it has not worked. So taking what's being offered to you. There is something passionate here. There is a real processing of that with a lot of the fire signs I'm reading for right now, and saying, okay, now I gotta stop looking at all this stuff that doesn't make me happy and start looking at this new exciting thing that is making me happy and peaceful. But I got to look up to do that. And I am getting that through everybody's reading, that it's time to look around in your environment and see what you're missing, see what you've been missing out on maybe while you were doing your inner work. Because I feel like a lot of people have been doing that inner work, and there's just a different perception coming in, a different way of looking at the normal, like the normal bird, the normal, there's just something really, a gift coming in for everybody, I feel like, about perception and the way we see things. Yep. And then on the bottom, we got that devil energy. And that's, she's looking back and she's learned what has she, how her energy, how her demeanor, how her emotions, how her mental has influenced everything. And that, and maybe stole joy. This came up for water signs also. So you may have water in your chart. So that is what I'm getting for you guys, fire signs. It's not looking back, it's looking forward. It's not looking back, it's looking forward. And it's looking at exactly what's in front of you. And even if it seems small, it's not. And I feel like you guys are seeing that. And there's a new understanding to the little, or what seems small, being actually exactly what's going to make you happy. Exactly what you need to take. And invest in. It's interesting, but that is the message I'm getting for you guys, fire signs. I will take a peek at the bottom of the decks. We already saw that devil energy, you could be still in the middle of kind of going back and forth with this energy. Spirit's saying, don't be the peace, be the peace. Because that's what you've recognized, that when you're not the peace, there is no peace. So there's always more peace when you become what you want. You become the energy you want to exist in your life. It's directly connected. All these energies. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, time for the beginner mind. I almost shuffled these and I said, nope, stop. Okay, so it's time for the beginner mind. That's that new mindset, that new perception that's came in, that you've learned a lot about with yourself and how you influence your experience. And it can be a peaceful experience, or it cannot be a peaceful experience. It can be a confusing experience, or you can really choose to let go of what, I don't want to say let go, because that's not the energy I'm getting. It's like putting what you already have into use with those around you or things around you, and experiencing something much more clear, something much more passionate and much more stimulating to your the whole experience, not just yourself, but even everything around you. I feel like you have a great influence on things around you at this time. So let's look on the bottom here, and we got, there are others like you. And this has come up too. This came up with the air signs, but it's like it's time to share yourself and invest yourself in all the work you've done truly into what is for you. And there's more like you. You aren't alone. That's just a really strong message right now. It's like, hey, look, we're the same. Like, we are the same. We may not talk the same. We may not even have had the same experiences, but we're all going through like kind of a similar growth or expansion of our minds, and our energy comes with that. So that's really nice. And let's look on the bottom here, and it's Winter's Throne. And she is one with everything, but I am going to read that Winter's Throne. Sorry about the dogs, you guys. Before turning as Black Wand, Sunday Flowers was Solstice Queen, a high-ranking ambassador for magic. Understanding that she represented a living figurehead for witchcraft, she wielded splendor and majesty and conducted herself with total dedication. And that's that Four of Pentacles too, being totally dedicated to what you want. And what you want seems to be pretty, it may even seem simple or small, but it's what's making you happy. And I'm feeling like releasing that confusion, or that really confusing energy is part of that devil's energy that's definitely kind of still under, I feel like still in there, and you know that consciously, you know that, but you also know today's a new day, and you're making better choices with your energy and your actions to just better your experience. Although proud and even a little arrogant, she accepted that she was merely magic's servant. It takes a strong will to bask in the glory and know that it isn't yours personally. Ego tempts us to believe credit should always belong to us, when in truth, satisfaction is a job well done and is reward enough. And that's a really good message too, because I feel like that could be part of this too, is recognizing, hey, even though you are doing a lot of work and you've done a lot of work, you're looking at something, it seems small, but it's not. It's a clear understanding that you have made it through all this confusion and stuff, and it's also with the help of paying attention to nature, paying attention to messages, signs, synchronicities, stuff like that. So that is a really nice message for you guys. And I think I already did. Yeah, the porcupine, time for a beginner mind. And then that's just really releasing that if there was some, ego in the way of what you truly want. It's still there. It's always going to be there. But you see it now. You see it when it comes in between you and your happiness, you guys. So that is your guys' message, fire signs. I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. Thank you for coming and watching your reading. I appreciate all of you, and I will talk to you later.